Yeah.
Caligula, stop humping your sister!
You're disgusting.
I realize that I named you Caligula, and you're going to hump your sister.
You set yourself up for that one.
It's just in your nature.
Set yourself up for that one.
But please don't. Hello! It's Sue.
And Megan in the restricted section.
And we're doing the tea tag today, or Amy's tea tag.
Amy's tea tag, to be specific.
So, we dressed the part.
We thought we should dress like proper ladies.
And this is our idea of what a proper lady looks like.
Because we don't really know.
Which is, yeah, that's not us. We were tagged by Stripped Cover Lit.
Yes.
So we'll link their video down below. And thanks guys for tagging us.
Yes, we had fun doing this. So we've traded in our beers today for some tea.
And the tea we're drinking is this black tea that my boss got me in China. And that's the only thing I know about it because everything on it is in Chinese. But it says black tea, so yeah. That's what it is.
And it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. So the first tea is Double Bergamot Earl Grey,
which is a robust, deep, intellectual, and flavorful book.
And for this I chose A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James. I just read this book a couple months ago and did a full review of it already, but it's just so complex and very robust and very flavorful, I believe, and it just talks about so many different important issues and does it so well, and I really, really liked it.
Good choice. It is Easter. And to honor that, I chose for this book The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin.
Perfect.
Because I feel like it is pretty robust and intellectual. And I enjoy it.
The next tea is Tim Horton's Steeped,
which is a book you read on the go and came back to again and again.
For mine, I chose Selected Poems by Gwendolyn Brooks. Nice. I don't really go back to books often. I don't reread books, but I do go back and reread some of my favorite poems out of this one because I really, really like her poetry. And I appreciated it more after I heard her read it. Not in person. It was a recording. But just the rhythm and the way that she read it was really beautiful. So yeah, I love Gwendolyn Brooks.
I really like her as well. I chose a book of poems for this as well. I chose Robert Frost because I've had people make fun of me for that. Like, I'm like, oh, I really like Robert Frost as a poet, and people scoff at that. I don't get the joke, but I enjoy him.
Apparently he's a real asshole in real life.
Well, I'm a real asshole in real life, so it's alright.
But his poetry doesn't reflect that.
Right, no, I really enjoy this, and it's nice. I think poems are nice to come back to because you can just read, it's brief, so you can read one quickly and appreciate it and then move on without actually rereading a full book.
Yeah.
When there are so many new books to read. So, that was my choice.
So many books, so little time.
So little time.
The next tea is Meyer Lemon,
which is a tangy, fast-paced read, gone before you've savored the flavor.
For mine, I chose Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I devoured this book in a night because I just couldn't put it down. And yeah, it's just fantastic, I think.
I think it's a great book. I really like him.
A classic.
I had a high school teacher who was obsessed with Ray Bradbury, so we read a lot of his
books.
Yeah. I really like him. Okay, so for this one, I chose The Library at Mount Char because I didn't want to put it down, and it was, I would say it was quite tangy. There was a lot of like really weird subject matter in there, and the book itself is super weird, so I took that, I equated that with tangy. And
sounds legit.
I picked it because of the gone before you've savored the flavor, because it was over before I figured out what the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, what? When I finished it, so that's why I chose that one. That's by Scott Hawkins.
The next tea is Chamomile Lavender,
which is a relaxing, calming late night read.
I chose Let Me In, or Let the Right One In,
depending.
Both titles are correct, by I don't know how to pronounce his name. John Ajvide Lindqvist? I have no idea.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry.
Oh
but
dear.
he's apparently, I've heard him called the Swedish Stephen King.
Okay.
But it's a horror novel, so some people might not think of that as a calming, relaxing late night read, but this book is pretty slow paced, and there is a little bit of like gory scenes, and some kind of disturbing stuff does happen. But for the most part, it's kind of more about the relationship between the two main characters. It's just really interesting the way their relationship unfolds, I think. And it's more about that than about just like
all the gore,
murder and gore and that. But really liked that book. It's pretty relaxing to me.
I had a hard time with this one because I don't have a lot of like relaxing, calming reads. So at the risk of being like that guy, I'm gonna default to Harry Potter because I do feel very comforted by that. Like that book series is kind of like a safe like home base for me. So if ever, you know, I'm sad or if I, you know, want to just lay in bed and read something, then that's kind of what I default to. I'll just read a couple chapters from it or whatever. So
okay, the next tea is Lady Grey,
which is a smooth, subtle classic book perfect for a serene winter morning.
I kind of struggled with this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't read a lot of smooth, subtle books, I don't think. But I chose Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. It's, you know, I think we kind of talked about it and you said it's like, it's British, so it's like calm, nothing happens, fucked up shit happens but nobody talks about it. Nothing happens.
In true British fashion, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how this is. There's some intense stuff in it, but overall I think it's a pretty smooth book.
Smooth. For this one, I chose Walden by Thoreau. It's maybe not subtle because it's talking about, you know, he goes out in nature and lives in nature, and so it's perhaps not subtle in, you know, extolling the benefits of being out in the wilderness, but I do think it's really smooth, and I think it's nice for a winter morning under a blanket with a hot cup of coffee or tea.
The next tea is Orange Pekoe,
which is a popular novel that everyone has read.
I chose Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. This one was pretty popular on BookTube. I think a lot of people have read it. Of course, not everyone has because that's impossible. But this is a YA novel, which I don't read a whole lot of YA, but I really, really liked this one. It's not your typical YA novel, I don't think. And it looks, the thing with Rainbow Rowell's books also is that they look really silly and fun. The covers look stupid. Yeah. But they're actually a lot deeper on the inside. Like, these two characters both deal with some pretty heavy shit. Okay. So, that's I really I've enjoyed both books that I've read by her, but this one's really good.
Very cool. For this one, I chose The Grapes of Wrath by Steinbeck because I feel like everyone has read it.
Yeah, I think it's required
reading in school for everyone to read. So I didn't particularly enjoy that novel in that I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I really hated it.
I liked it.
I'm not even remotely interested in that era of American history, and so I was reading it and I'm like, this is sad and I don't care.
I liked it. I didn't love it, but
that's fair. But yeah, I felt like it's a pretty popular novel that everyone's read.
Yep. The next tea is English Breakfast,
which is a British classic.
And I chose The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle because you can't get more British than Sherlock Holmes.
You certainly cannot. I chose Frankenstein by Mary Shelley because I really like this classic horror novel and she's British, so can't get better than that.
The next tea is Canadian Breakfast,
which is a title that tastes a little like English breakfast but reads like the New World, so an early Canadian or American work.
And for this, I chose The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. I think this definitely has a very British feel to it, but Washington Irving is American. So
Well, there you go.
there you go.
Good choice. I chose The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which is not my favorite from Nathaniel Hawthorne, but I feel like that is probably one of his most well-known works.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's,
Definitely.
Yeah, so I picked that one.
And the next tea is green tea.
Green tea, which is a healthy book that feeds your mind.
And for mine, I chose the best American science writing this is of 2007, but any year would do.
Any year.
But this is a collection of articles on just different science topics, and they're all written by really great authors, really well written, really interesting variety of science topics. To
feed your mind.
Feed your brain.
Feed your head. For this one, I chose Why Is the Penis Shaped Like That? And Other Reflections on Being Human by Jessie Baring. This is just a collection, like every chapter is about like a different explanation for, the human body. Like, why is the penis shaped like that? Why do we have pubic hair? There's a chapter about female ejaculation. There's also a chapter on cannibalism. So there's a lot of fun
topics.
Fun topics
Fun
in
for the
here.
whole family.
It's fun for the whole family. Kids, ask your parents to buy this book. So it's fun. You can sit around
It'd be great for your Easter basket.
Oh yeah, and you can sit around the Easter table and read
About female ejaculation.
Which is probably going to be more helpful. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone. Sorry. Yes, that's my pick.
Alright.
Because I'm a lady.
The last tea is iced tea.
Which is a sweet summer treat, perfect for the lazy, brief days of summer.
And I think we can both agree that sweet iced tea is disgusting.
Yuck. I'll have none of that.
But regular iced tea,
Pretty delicious. Yes.
Alright, for mine I chose The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I honestly haven't read this since I was a child, so I don't remember it that well. But I do remember that I really liked it then, and it just is a sweet, nice read.
It is. I really liked that as a child as well, and I was always looking for my own secret garden.
Yeah.
So I never found one.
My secret garden, as soon as I touched it, it would die because I have a black thumb of death instead of a green thumb.
Susan the Destroyer.
This plant beside me is fake.
It's a fake plant. For this one, I chose Hyperbole and a Half by Allie Brosh. Because I really like these like fun comedy books or whatever. She has a web blog or whatever, and that's how I first came across her, and then she ended up writing a book. But she's hilarious, and she handles like some difficult issues in really fun ways, and so I like these for like quick fun. Like I don't really want to get super intellectually involved, but yeah, this is a lot of fun. Alright, so we are going to tag our YouTube Twinkies over at the Drunken Library to do the tea tag. Now, we were told that you can't spike the tea, but ladies, spike the tea.
Just spike it.
Just spike it. It's good. So, that's it for us today. If you like our channel, please feel free to like our videos and subscribe.
And there'll be some information down below where you can find us other places on the internet. We just recently got a Facebook page,
Facebook now.
So check that out.
Yeah, feel free to like us on Facebook.
Yeah. And we'll see you next week with the
gentleman's tag
and ladies
tag.
So look forward to that one.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.